Welcome to the Sprinkles of Spirit podcast. I'm Lisa, and I am your host. With a lifelong passion for self-discovery, personal growth, and spirituality, I have realized the ability to transform our lives is a timeless gift that lies within each of us, waiting to be awakened. Join me in this space every Thursday as I share with you all of the powerful practices and tools that have helped me elevate my mind, body, and spirit, as I know they will do the same for you. Together, we'll unleash your potential through self-love, self-acceptance, and faith, empowering you to live an inspired life that radiates with authenticity, purpose, and unwavering joy. I am so grateful you are here. Remember, you are exactly where you are supposed to be, and you are loved beyond measure. All right, let's breathe together. So wherever you are, create a quiet moment for yourself. Maybe grab a blanket, light a candle, grab an essential oil that keeps you centered and grounded. And let's get into the here and now by taking a breath together. So go ahead and close your eyes. Relax your jaw, soften the shoulders, and allow yourself to get quiet for a minute. Let's take a deep breath in through the nose, filling up your belly, your ribs, your shoulders, your chest, and pause. And easy exhale as everything gets soft. And breathing in through your nose, and keeping the mouth closed as we exhale through the nose. And then slowly open your eyes. Thank you. So welcome back to the podcast. Thank you for my regular listeners. I'm so grateful you are here. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And if you are new, welcome to the Sprinkles of Spirit podcast. I started this podcast so I can, continue to have conversations and talks that light me up, that I'm very passionate about, spirituality, personal growth, self-development, for our mind, for our body, and for our spirit. And, it's a little sprinkle of positive energy for your week and an angel message for you to receive that you are meant to receive. So stay tuned for that. We always end with that. So I want to share with you guys, I'm a book junkie. I am, usually reading one or two books at once. And I always I'm diving deeper, into my study of astrology with Deborah Silverman and really loving it. But, I want to backtrack a little bit. With my yoga journey and becoming a yoga teacher, it kind of opened the door, to diving deeper into certain holistic healing methods and modalities. And, I got certified in aromatherapy and sound healing and really learning about energy, and, really created a deeper connection with nature, as all of that happened, because we realized, we are spiritual beings having this earthly human experience, but you realize how connected we are with nature. Everything is vibration. And diving deeper into this this course, I'm really becoming even more passionate about nature, specifically with our connection to the elements, and that is water, air, earth, and fire. And when you dive deeper into understanding your natal birth chart, you really open up the mystery and discover your missing element. Your chart is the blueprint of the sky the moment you were born, and the planets, flavor your chart, and they are connected to the elements. And most of us have one particular missing element, or, we're a little on the deficient side, you would say. And the idea is to embody each element in a very balanced way. Now life happens, and as we move through life, and I think of the chakras, right? Our seven main energy centers that align up our spine, from the base of the spine all the way up to the crown. I always say, no one's ever walking around completely in balance 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. That's just not reality. We're having a human experience, and life is going to knock us off balance. It's going to knock us off course. Well, it's kind of the same way with the elements. The chakras are out of balance, and our yoga practice is something that, we pull our energy back, and, hopefully by the end of a yoga class or a meditation, you're feeling more holistic. You're feeling more whole. You feel more in balance. You've brought all the pieces of yourself back together. As our day-to-day experience kind of scatters our energy everywhere, our practices, kind of bring us back into alignment with ourselves, and we feel whole again. And I'm learning it's the same, with the elements. So I wanted to just share with you the four elements, the energy behind the four elements, and how, without even realizing it, without even being aware of it, we actually do follow this rhythm, the elemental rhythm in our life, in our everyday life. They are a part of our everyday life. And as I'm learning this, I'm just like, oh my gosh, it's such a beautiful way to become aware of it. So let's talk about it. So let's talk about water, since we are in Scorpio season. And if you listen to last week's episode, that was the new moon in Scorpio, and that's water. So right away, feelings. Water is our feelings. Water is our emotions. It's depth, right? It's feeling sentimental. It's feeling that gut reaction. If you have a gut reaction to people, that's that water element. That's connected, as far as the chakras, to our sacral plexus chakra, Svadhisthana chakra, and that's just above your root, just above the base of the spine and below the belly button. And it's creativity, And if you're somebody who is super connected and feeling the water element, you're someone who might be a very emotional person. We may cry easily. We're very sensitive. When you're upset, you don't really want to talk, Some of us can be extremely emotional, hypersensitive, We're also, people who are water people are very attracted to the mystical side of life, the supernatural, psychic energy. We may have psychic ability, or, we may be clairsentient, or, really connected to our intuition on a deep level. And it's beautiful, it's important to allow our emotions to flow and to have a good cry, So, and again, there's polarity in everything. We may be deficient or, excessive, we may have a lot of water, on our chart. So it's something to become aware of. So then we move to air, and air is, the mind. It's the intellect, it's people who find words easily. They're very talkative, they ask a lot of questions, very analytical. The air element is our ideas. We have a lot of ideas. We may be a person who's easily distracted, forgetful. You may be someone who has a lot of plans going on all the time, or you change directions all the time. You may finish people's sentences, or it's very, in the head. We may have a lot of like me, I'm an air sign, right? I have several books at once I'm reading, so you may love to study and read and gather information, and it's think mind, we're in our thoughts a lot, air people. So then we move to earth, and I always think, grounding the earth, your feet literally on the earth. So earth is our practicality, the practicality of life, it's of course our financial, the financial part of our life, our finances, saving money. It's our work. It's our structure, our sense of control. We may be goal oriented, reliable, our sense of responsibility, being dependable. And again, it's the polarity, right? If a person is excessive in earth, you may like clean when you're upset, or you're extremely driven to get results. You may resist change. But it's our structure in life. It's the practical parts, of our life. It's our work, right? It's our sense of feeling, secure, and our feet are securely on the ground, and we have a right to be here. We're organized, very organized, very stable, right? So, and then of course, fire. So fire, right? I always think transformation, change, energy, thriving on movement, and thriving, someone who's very passionate, who's very excited, very enthusiastic, a lot going on. They're usually the person who loves to have a good party. They want to laugh. They want to have fun. They want to go dancing. They're very inspired, and then on the excessive side, fire people may have some anger management issues. They may really love to argue and debate, a lot, or they're extremely outspoken, or they may, say things that kind of get them in trouble a lot, But fire is definitely like passionate, transformative, what lights you up, literally, fun, creativity, loud. They're pioneers, they pioneer change, leadership, and becoming aware of these four elements, as you move along your day, you kind of get the sense of where you are, deficient or excessive, right? So let's think about how we start our day. We start our day usually, right? Going to the bathroom, and there's the water element. We splash water on our face, or we take a shower, or we go to the bathroom. We're eliminating, water. And then we may make a cup of tea or a cup of coffee, right? And we're already connecting to that water element. Then most of us, what do? We check our email, or we make a list of what we have to do that day, or look at the calendar, and that begins the air cycle, right? What's on my to-do list? I'm already in my head thinking about this, what did I not finish yesterday, or who do I need to call today and talk to, right? That's the air cycle beginning. So then we begin to do the work to accomplish what's on our list, and we're right away moving into earth, right? And we go to work, to earn a living, and we're following a schedule, and we're crossing our T's and dotting the I's on everything on that list. And that's our earth. And then when we get home, we usually, most of us, go into the kitchen and we begin to turn on the stove, right? Light a fire. Begin to make a meal, and we sit down together, right? And as our ancestors did, we gathered around the fire, right? And maybe laughed or, shared our day, or we sit around, maybe we have a birthday cake and we're celebrating with someone, right? Or we had a bad day and we're angry, or, we're letting it out by complaining, and that's that fire. And so, becoming aware of that, I was like, oh my gosh, that's so cool to think of it in that way, how our daily life is the cycle of these four elements, and becoming aware of them, how they touch your life. You're more aware of the rhythm of your life and where you are kind of out of balance, and the idea to live in alignment with your authentic self, with, aligning with your true soul purpose, that your soul came in here to align with, we tend to get into alignment when we are, in balance. And becoming aware of these helps you go, oh, okay, maybe I need to bring a little bit more fire into my life. I need to have more fun. I don't have enough fun, or maybe you're someone who's just not really connected to your emotions at all. You find it difficult to cry, or maybe you're someone who you really have a hard time speaking up for yourself and using your voice, or maybe you realize, you really need to get your shit together when it comes to finances, and start saving money like you've promised yourself year after year. So it's something to be aware of, and if this sparks, a really deep interest, DM me and I will take a look at your chart, for you. And I'd love to see and discover your missing element, because it's really cool. So, okay. What do your angels have going on this week for you? Okay. So I picked a Sprinkles of Spirit card, and your angel message is this week. So grab your journal if you're moving along with me. Choose the path of love and light. And the affirmation says, I choose the path for my highest good, which is love, truth, forgiveness, and peace. Choose the path of love and light. Ooh, so yeah. This card's about, collectively what's going on is, I know like last week's episode and this episode is airing during a really intense time collectively. You know, we all know there's a lot of emotions going on. I've already seen a lot on social media that it's difficult for me to read and take in. And I'm limiting myself, what I'm taking in as an empath. My empaths out there, it can be a challenging, heavy, heavy time. So this is your angel saying, choose the higher thought. You know, when judgment arises, choose the higher thought, you know, choose to see each person through the lens of love, through the lens of truth, through the lens of forgiveness, and through the lens of peace. You know? And be the source of the love, of the truth, of the forgiveness, and of the peace wherever you are placed in your life. Yeah. Okay. And then I've been using this year The Power of Surrender cards by Dr. Judith Orloff. Sorry. She's our empath. Girl. Really awesome deck if you guys want to get this deck. And I always just say a little prayer and I ask, what do we need to surrender this week? And this week we need to, it says, surrender comparisons with other people. Ooh, okay. Ooh, I got a little chills there. So that's the truth. Surrender comparisons with other people. So it says, keep your eyes trained on yourself. Focus on your own strengths, attractiveness, and power. I love that. Keep your eyes trained on yourself. Keep your eyes trained on yourself. Focus on your own strengths, attractiveness, and power. So comparison syndrome, right? Not good. The comparison trap. And like I said, we're in an intense time. And if those of us who, you know, I automatically just think of social media because it's such a place where you can really fall into that comparison trap. And that just lowers your vibration. It takes you down. It takes you out of alignment. It takes you out of your why. It takes you out of your authentic power. So this is definitely telling us, keep your eyes focused on you, on your own strengths, on your own gifts, on your own power, your own beauty, because you have it all. And you are uniquely you. No one is you. So do the thing, because no one's going to do the thing as special as you are. Nobody has your energy. So it's impossible for them to do the thing the way you do it. And this is your reminder, you know, no one's going to do it the way you can do it. It doesn't matter that anyone else is already doing it. It doesn't matter how they do it. It doesn't matter how often they're doing it. You have to do what you're guided to do in the way that you are being guided to do it, with your unique gifts, your unique voice, your unique ability, your unique talents. And it will be a success because of that. So people know your authenticity. People can feel authenticity in a heartbeat. So stay connected with that and, you know, keep your eyes focused on your strengths. Yeah. Let go of the comparison. So maybe give yourself a break. You know, now really, I think is a really great time for a break from social media specifically, to let yourself kind of just detox from that. If that card speaks to you, you know, I would recommend I'd say a minimum of 48 hours of just staying off it, you know, log off and let yourself just let go of all that. So, yeah. So thank you. If you guys are enjoying this podcast with me, I would really, really appreciate it if you would leave a review. I'd love to hear your thoughts, any suggestions, any questions. It really means a lot. And it helps the algorithm, recommend the podcast for, other like-minded people who are on the path, of living a conscious life, of up-leveling, of connecting on a deeper level to their spirituality. So I really appreciate it. And all the things. So until next time, I will meet you right back here. Have a beautiful day. Namaste.